It's consequences when your heart's big. My imperfections meet bliss like a baddie and some split ends. No need for fixing that. My whole life I was Frankenstein. I'm feeling like my state of mind's mismatched. Dead poets in my heart still speaking, yeah. I welcome y'all to my smiles and my demons, yeah. I welcome y'all to my chains and my freedom. Heart so froze, feel like my thoughts are anemic. They're like grinding live Christ-like. I believe it, but see it's reason why the dark needs bright light. It's Pride Blaze. Detroit City, stand up, we up. SSM, Street Soul Management, the label. Hits Incorporated. Healing intellect through sound. Yay! Let's get it.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Antoine Marcel Brown, aka Pride Blaze. I am CEO of Street Soul Management, the label. I am CEO of Hits Incorporated, Healing Intellect Through Sound. I am CEO of Pride Blaze Visuals, artwork, videos, logos, etc., etc. You have it. I could give you a long story about what type of person I am. But long story short, I'm a creative. Excuse me. Overall, I love music. I love wordplay. I love rap. I love everything. I done been through every aspect of the game there is for me to go to, for the most part, as a writer, as a performer, as a lyricist. My reason for coming to you tonight, though, is to explain the process of self-evaluation as an artist versus your perception of what the world sees you as. So, what I mean by it is this. It's so easy for an artist to allow the world to groom them. They get lost in their own sauce. That's not something that I fell off into, but that's something that I almost fell off into. Reason being is because when you are an artist, you want to make the music that the world loves. But sometimes, just sometimes, you end up changing the world with some of the music that the world does not want to listen to. And what I mean by that is, don't follow trends. Learn to be your own trend. Learn to be your own fad. Fads come and go. You got those type of artists. Sometimes you got those type of artists prefer to be a fad, prefer to be a trending topic instead of a longevity situation. And a lot of the times you allow your fan base to do that because you do not know who you are as an artist in the long run. You know, if you are a trap artist now and you're growing into be a melodic artist, the differentiation between the two, it's not a situation to where you need to take lightly, because this is grooming you to be the better artist for yourself. Your fans groom you to be the better artist for yourself. The music that you make is loved and is cherished and it's embedded in the hearts of your fans. But is it embedded in you as an artist? Are you working for your fans, or are you working for yourself, or are you working for both? That's something that you have to consider for yourself. That's going to determine how far you really want to go within your career within this industry. Perception itself is everything before you get the perception of your audience and your demographic. If you don't know your demographic, 9 times out of 10 is because you don't know yourself as an artist. You don't know yourself as an artist because you have not ventured off into that skill set of your writing ability to where you are comfortable with being transparent with your lyricism. When you're comfortable with being transparent within your writings, that's only when you have opened the floodgates for the world to love who you are, for the world to hate who you are, for the world to have mixed emotions about who you are. Because either way, that's exactly what you're going to get. Mixed emotions from the whole entire world. Prejudgment, assumptions, allegations, lies, truth, etc., etc., etc. All these things go off into you becoming a mogul, becoming an MC, becoming an entertainer, becoming a performer, becoming an overall artist. What you need to understand though is that labels, major labels specifically, they value an artist that knows the business, even if it's just a little bit, because that means that you can have the potential to grow to be something bigger than what they expected. It's not just a financial situation, it's a notoriety situation. You know, your hard work should speak for itself. But sometimes you might have those certain type of artists to where talent beats hard work when hard work has no talent, and vice versa. So you got to know what type of artist you are. Some artists are not real rappers, singers. They're just performers. You know, so you already have limited your cap and how far you can go within the industry. You know, it's a space for everybody. You just got to decide what lane you want to ride, what lane you want to drive, and how far you want your lane to go. For the individual that's motivated, that's ambitious, that's hardworking, that put the work in, there's no cap for how far you can go up. In no way, shape, fashion, or form. You're going to have some downfalls, you're going to have some slips, you're going to have some falls. But overall, what's the wordplay like? How's that pen game moving? That's what it's all about. You know, the ups, the downs, the love, the hate, the in-between emotions. This is what we as artists fight for. You know, but with that being said, you have to know at least a little bit of the business. Learn about your business. Learn about these contracts. Why are they offering you a 360 deal? Why are they offering you a distribution deal? How is distribution deals broken down in 34 increments? What's an A-side contract? What's a B-side contract? What's a promotional deal? What's detailing it? Is it the fact that I'm making you rich and me famous? Or is it going to be vice versa? These are things that you got to understand. These are things that if your lyricism is not up to par, certain contracts you should not be asking for. Especially if you don't want to learn about them yourself. If you don't know what an audit is, you need to be going to some business meetings. You know, doing less spending and more learning about your career, about your money that's supposed to push you forward. You know, and sometimes this creates partnerships, sponsorships, endorsement deals, things of that nature. If you don't even know the basics, you can't even get to that higher plateau for your career. It's just something I thought, you know, all artists up and coming and pre-existing that don't know should know. You know, everybody is not going to tell you these factual statements. You have to work. Being an artist is hard work. This shit ain't easy. In no way, shape, fashion, or form. And if you think it's easy, good luck on your journey. Because I promise you, before you hit the top, you're going to have a whole lot of bumps and bruises for that shit. In every way, shape, fashion, and form, no matter. You got to have the right type of people around you, because if you hide people, just go see you as a commodity tax write-off. You know? If you don't understand the definition of blackface, you ain't going to understand the definition of success. Point blank, period. Only the wise eyes understand that definition and that meaning, that understanding of the game. You get that understanding, trust me, a lot of things will change for yourself. But until then, my company, I created Hits Incorporated, Healing Intellect Through Sound. This is a mental health and hip hop company. I believe that mental health is overlooked in every way, shape, fashion, and form until an artist either kills himself or somebody gets killed because of them having a damaged mindset. But when you combine music with the mindset, it's a therapeutic situation in every way, shape, fashion, form, and a word. That's why I created it. How many songs have you heard that lifted your spirit, lifted your mindset? Even if it was the most darkest shit ever, if it helped you personally, that song did it for you. That group, that artist, that song, that single, it did it for you. So when you see me speak on Hits Incorporated, when you see me freestyle, when you see me say a written verse, I'm speaking about my life. I'm speaking about what I've been through. I'm speaking about the reason why rap itself, why the hip hop culture is a therapeutic situation in every way, shape, fashion, form, in the world. I have lost artists to suicide because of gang pressure, pressure from their peers. They did not have any trust in themselves to go farther because they didn't have the right type of people pushing them forward. This matters in the game. Lyrics matter. Lyricists matter. I could say the worst type of shit in the world, but it's me. It's coming from me. It's coming from my heart, my spirit, my soul. Is coming from the life I lived. You think about it, what we go through makes the world go around. And if misery loves company, that's a check, right? Okay, so if that's the case, I'm gonna make it work for me. Not you, I'm gonna make it work for me. You might love the shit I say, but you're gonna understand my message one way or another. Hits Incorporated, healing intellect through sound. My company, Street Soul Management, the label. Brand building. Artist and repertoire. Short-term meaning, talent scout. I build and destroy artists from top to bottom and anywhere in between. How can I do this? Because I'm still a rap artist myself. I'm still a lyricist myself. So the relation to another artist, whether singer or rapper or spoken word or poet, I've been through those situations. I'm just here to help. You gotta pass the baton while still holding your own torch at the same time. Everybody not gonna have that understanding. Everybody's not gonna care about that understanding. So, with that being said, again, Self-Made Mogul 313. My first Instagram, second Instagram, Hits Incorporated _313. That's the hip hop and mental health company. YouTube, Self-Made Mogul 313. What you're hearing is all me, all facts, bars off the top and or written. But these are my thoughts, my notions about life, love, hate, joy, peace, anything in between. No bars being held, unapologetic. This is what you get. What you get is just me. I'm reaching out to all artists. I'm reaching out to all singers. I'm reaching out to all DJs, performers, whatever, etc., etc. Perfect your craft to the highest ability possible. Recognize your greatness. Move forward towards that. All things shall be great as far as it's manifested, worked for, and prayed for. Street Soul Management, the label CEO. Prada Blaze. Let's get it.